lovelies, this is Simsfell and welcome to episode 27 of our daily series Niche Pirate Cove with the Sea Stag Tribe, where Sailor Wave, actually Captain Wave, has led all the other ships in an aggressive food initiative and managed to get their stores up to 67 food. And the rest of the fleet, so she started along with Caste an initiative on their ship, which kind of spread to the other ones, and the other captains heard and decided to do the same, or came slowly to the same realization at some point. And because everyone aggressively over the past 2 days have been just looking for food, finding food and hoarding food, we have 67 with 16 nichelings in the entire fleet. So that is absolutely amazing because that means we can sustain our numbers, but not only that, we can breed up more. So we are doing that in this episode. I am giving the nichelings who are compatible a chance to breed. Some of the things you guys said at the last episode, or in the comment section of the last episode, is that our lovely Pearl over here is actually compatible with both the twins. So where are they? So her uncles, essentially. So she has got, I just wanted to quickly check that, A and I, F and H, F and H. So she is compatible with both the twins, which means we don't really need to do any more breeding on this island yet, unless the time comes for us to actually do some breeding. We could release Sand, which we might actually do, but I'm going to keep him until at least Pearl is older. The reason for that, or what I might do, is get Sand and Clam to have one more child. Like, get Sand, have Sand, sorry guys, have Sand get Clam expectant, and then leave the tribe. That's what I'm thinking. That, or we could wait for Pearl to actually go ahead and become a little bit older, and then she could basically release her father to do whatever he needs to do to help out the rest of the group, and she can take one of her uncles for a mate. So we'll have to see what I end up doing. If I don't end up making a decision on that, do let me know down in the comments, but if I do, then well, I guess I've already done that. We'll have to see. But also, one of you lovelies gave me some really beautiful imagery about how Clam goes down into the ocean and finds all these clams and cracks them with her really strong crocodile, eats them all up. But then whenever she finds a pearl, she keeps it for her daughter Pearl to adorn her daughter with. And I thought that was really, really beautiful. I loved that imagery. And to be honest, looking at these cool waters, I can just imagine how nice it would feel to jump in there and have a good swim. Or, you know, just traverse underneath in these, what are they? What are they? The ocean floor? The seabed? Yeah, traverse that. I thought it would be really beautiful, really nice. And because it's kind of hot where I live right now, so it seems really, really like cooling and beautiful. Okay, and then Tuna, he is facing off this crab by himself. He needs to get a move on, seriously. We also will have a meeting over here pretty soon between War and Coast. And one of you lovelies also were quite hilarious, I must say, in letting me know that the Barina was probably checking out War, you know, to see if he was compatible enough with her daughter, because after all, she does have the powerful Barina genes. We can't just have anywho mating with her. So that was quite funny, and that was quite nice, to be honest. And so he even suggested that we should send Dukno over to this ship, the White Hawk, and have him breed with one of the females here. And I think, and that way they wouldn't have to breed with cousins. I think in the end I decided against that. I mean, that could definitely be an option, but the thing is, I don't want to get rid of my food, because if I spend food on him, that's less breeding I can do. But also, I'm pretty sure that we'll be okay. I feel like we'll be okay, because we will, if anything, have breeding going on here with some other nichelings. And yes, I guess he could go over here, but the thing is, I don't want to think too far into the future just yet. They are okay, they are compatible, but if we do need more nichelings in the future, we'll have to start funneling nichelings from other places, and we'll have to see how that works. But for now, I'm quite okay. I am quite okay with the nichelings we have. I think they'll be able to sustain themselves, especially, I mean, any other circumstance, I would definitely take Duke Nguyen and then move him to this island and have him breed. But the thing is, I try and only max out my nichelings at 5 per island, sometimes 6. 5 per ship, sometimes 6. For that reason, I don't want to have, you know, like I don't think that far into the future, because I have to make sure that the immediate couples we have are able to have, you know, 2, at least 3 children. So I definitely want that to be a thing, which is why I will not be going ahead with that particular idea. But thank you nonetheless. It's good that you guys think far into the future, even when I don't. Okay, let's get started. After 5 minutes of ranting, let's get Captain Wave. What was she doing? Everyone was on a food initiative, and I guess she still is, in a lot of ways. Actually, before I get them to jump, have I put in... They have their little things that they need, so that's cool. They've got their little mutations, so that's okay. You don't really need to do anything in terms of that. But my lovely, there is a funnel in this direction. So, oh, stay away. Oh! That ass! He stole our bunnels. He stole our bunnels. Did you guys see that? Like, seriously, did you see that? He stole the bunnels. What are you staring at us for? You stole our bunnels. Jeez. I'm so cheesed off. So cheesed off. Okay. And then over here, there is a funnel. Let's grab that at least. And keep moving? I vote keep moving. And over here, we're not as stressed on food initiatives, but since these lovelies are old enough, I'm thinking we should get them to breed. That would be quite nice. And is there anything that I need to put in the mutation menu? No, I don't think so. And nothing I need to put in here either. They've got great eyesight. They've got double claw. So they're going to have absolutely amazing offspring. And it would be really cool if they had white offspring, because they do have the genetics for that. But not only that, the ship is called the White Hawk. So that would be pretty cool. Now let's get... who should we get? I think we should get Lobster to breed with her. Didn't take, and it took that time. Wonderful. And then we'll get Shaw to jump up. We'll get it to jump up here. Go to that grass. Build the nest right there. Wonderful. In the grasses. Build the nest right in the grasses. So she's going to do that. Everyone has moved, I think, and now we can turn the day. So we've got 2 lovely nichelings on the nest that we need to be on the lookout for. So, okay, let's jump over here and see what offspring she has. And then we can jump to the ship next door. Yeah, okay. So, she had a girl. Okay. She has the derp snout, which I would have preferred not to have, but hey, I'm not going to be that fussy. And she is a sailor, thank goodness. Okay, she is a sailor, so that's okay. That is okay, guys. At least she's got that going on for her. As long as we've got something going on, I am a-okay. So let's go ahead and name her. She is the firstborn, isn't she? Yeah, firstborn. I need to be more careful about this because I keep forgetting and you guys keep reminding me. But let's have a look at the names list. And I will name this girl Silver. Silver, because her father is grey, and yes, she isn't Silver. I realize that. Could have named anyone on the White Hawk Silver, but no, I'm gonna keep her name Silver. So firstborn Silver, welcome to the family. And I don't always match my names specifically to my nichelings. Sometimes I match it to their surroundings or something like that, because I don't know, I just feel like it's quirky and cool. Personally, I would remember a nicheling that was light brown and called Silver more than I would a green nicheling called Silver. So it's just a little bit of quirkiness, you know, because it's out of the ordinary, so it stands out in your mind. But okay, we've got lovely Silver, and we've got a firstborn over here. Oh, he looks so beautiful! Oh my goodness, this is like amazing. They had a baby boy here who is absolutely amazing. He has got 4 fishing abilities, so he can catch the Razorina. But look at him, he looks precious, and he's got great fertility as well. I mean normal fertility, but still. Firstborn, hello, hello, hello. He is going to be firstborn Trap. There we go, firstborn Trap. So that was also from the names list. How exciting, how exciting. Also, my lovelies, if you don't mind, please, please, please go ahead, leave yet more names down in the comments below for me to keep updating my list. I do have a good number right now, but I write my names down in columns, like on an actual notebook, and I am on the last column, so I have like one column left. I always like having at least 2 columns prepared ahead of time, but please leave more names for me. But okay, let's go ahead and get the day on the rest of the island started. Across the archipelago started, shall we? So jumping over here, we had some very, very sad decisions to make, strong decisions to make. So I think what we wanted, how far can sand hop? Well, sand can hop up here. Right, we'll get Clam to jump in this direction. We need sand to jump right next to her. You have what? Did someone get leached? No, we're okay. Get them to mate. Okay, she's expectant. But now she's gonna release sand. So we're gonna get her to release sand because, again, guys, yes, it's passed on as genetics, but after this point we're gonna be maxing out the ship. Not only that, but he actually isn't the best for us to stick with because he isn't really contributing anything now apart from genes, because we don't need to breed with him anymore. But I think in terms of story, we all know where the runts go. They pretty much go out in search of other sailors to bring back to these ships, essentially as guides and all those sort of things. So that's what they do. We say that even though they're runts and they can't really do anything, because of the fact they are runts and they're not really good at physical tasks, they're amazing communicators. So they're absolutely great at communicating with nichelings, which is why they're sent out to do those sort of things. And I think after his, long infatuation with Clam, which he's still in love with her, to be honest, he's absolutely in love with her. Clam is not really the affectionate type, except for when it comes to her children. I feel like Clam is very, very, very affectionate towards her children. But in terms of Sand, she's always seen him as a breeding sort of mate, like as a partner. As a potential mate, but she's never seen him as his own nicheling per se, and she hasn't been in love with him like he's been in love with her. And I think she realizes the necessity after this breeding of making space in the ship, and not only that, of having more capable, nichelings guided in the ship in the future at some point. So she is releasing him to send him off on his quest, and I think him, with lots of love in his heart and in his mind, is gonna go off to try and do his love essentially proud, which I think is a very chivalrous thing to do in my opinion. But I can't even see his mutations now, which is fine, I guess. I guess that's fine. But she already had the mutations in, so that's fine. I'm gonna get her to build a nest right there, thank you very, very much. And these two need to get moving. So let's just jump this way and then grab this nut. And then let's get you to jump out of the way as well. I don't want you to get knocked over or anything. So these two, the twins, they're going to stick together in the water here and try and find some fish to, fish. And we'll get Pearl to help out Captain Golden over here clear these grasses, because again, that is an important thing to do. And look, they're almost done. Another day and all the grasses will be cleared over here and we can get a good look at what we're dealing with. Which again, we already know. We've got a bunny burrow that isn't producing that many bunnies. We've got 2 berry bushes and a coconut tree. So after this, they're probably going to have to start diving back into the ocean, but I think it'll be pretty cool. Once Pearl gets a little bit older, we can see what she's made of. Even though she could jump into the ocean now, I feel like she's currently helping out her uncle. So that's very nice. That's very nice. I'm fine with that. And then Tuna, let's get you moving along, Tuna. Nope, you're not going to hunt that because we've made mistakes in the past regarding this. And look at that, Firstborn Coast is old enough to have a mate of her own and have a child of her own. So let's get him to grab this and... Oh no, I wanted him to jump up there. I think Coast, being intrigued, and seeing that her father is not exactly attacking this new nicheling, so there must be something good about him, something right about him. She's gonna slink out of these shadows, and we can't exactly get a good look at her because she is covered by these 2 grasses. But I think she would quickly slink out of the shadows, try her luck at this mate. I think, ruffle his feathers or his fur a little bit. and then she would jump straight back into the nest, expectant with her very first child. All of which is very, very, very exciting because she is surrounded by food, and this is, I don't know, for her I feel like it's like a sacred thing that's happening because she actually grew up without a mother, and with the only thing that she knows being a father who doesn't exactly speak and is of an entirely different species. But I think that she realizes the sacredness of that whole mother-child bond and relationship, especially a mother-daughter relationship, because her mother had this nest at a prime location so that her child would be able to survive to the best of her ability, and then she promptly passed away after giving birth to Coast. And Coast has grown up in this nest her whole life. Now she's met this nicheling, she's managed to get pregnant herself and come back into this nest, and I think she's very attached to this particular space. Don't know if she would like to leave it at some future point, but she is very, very attached to this place. She doesn't really know what the rest of the ship holds, and she just, loves living with the memory of her mother, and now she's doing the same thing that was done to her. So I think she feels very proud and very happy with her accomplishment. And I, in turn, feel happy for her. Okay, so over here, we need to get these nichelings moving yet again. So I think I might do the same thing. Silva, what immunities does she have? I and K. B and K. Okay, so she's got the I and K immunity genes. I and B, yep, okay. So we're gonna have to see. I'm thinking what we could do is I might do the same thing with Sun that we actually did with, I think I might do the same thing with Sun that we did with Sand. We're gonna get Castate to breed with him once more and then release him so that we can make space for yet another clawed nicheling. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. So let's get him to breed with her, and she's now expectant. Lovely. And now we're gonna go ahead, change his rank, and we are gonna let him go because we have to be more decisive about the runts, how we breed with them, what we do with them. I mean, I feel like Sun has had a really good life. This has been a little bit of a political marriage, but I think Castate, still not breaking the bonds of marriage, but would do the same that Clam's done, basically send him out in search for other, proficient sailors that have been lost to the seas or have found themselves washed up in the archipelago and have no clue what to do, where to go. So we're going to do that. Or even descendants of sailors who came back in the time of Max, Rick, and Enlight. Who knows? Maybe there were other patches of nichelings who managed to survive through the generations but don't exactly have all the history and lore passed down and a goal like these nichelings do. So let's go ahead and we are going to release him now. Wonderful. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you for your contribution. It is very, very much appreciated. And let's get her to continue getting rid of these grasses, and she, once Silva is old enough to hop out of the nest, is going to go ahead and, oh look, Silva's got the spiky body thingamajiggy, so she's got a lot of attack. Then we can go ahead and get Cassie to have her second and final child. Okay, and I want you to jump. Where can you jump? I don't know which way this thing's moving though. Okay. Yep, let's jump here, snag that, wonderful. And this bundle has now escaped us, but we found it again. This place, this island, what's it called, the Golden Star, is abundant in bundles. It's got crazy amount of bundles. So it is actually an awesome ship to be on, if I'm honest, if I am being quite honest. And then back over here, we have room to breed, so that is exactly what we are going to do. So let's get Shaw to clear the grass and I think jump in this direction. We will get Lobster to jump in this direction, mate with his mate. Oh, nope, yep, it's taken now, wonderful. And she's gonna go ahead and build another nest over here and prepare to have a second child with her brother. And they had a grey nicheling, so they didn't have a black or a white nicheling, which is a possibility, but they got those awesome bands, which I was not prepared for, I must say. I mean, yeah, so they both, oh, okay, so they both had recessive mask, but yeah, they didn't display it and they ended up showing it with their child, which is really, really awesome. And I really like. Look at all these Rizarina. We can't hunt them though, but we can hunt these bunnels. We're gonna hunt the bunnels. Oh, and she's leech, so it's a good thing she got out of the water. It's a good thing she got out of the water. But she's gonna go ahead and do her little thing. Wonderful. Everyone's been dealt with, and with that said and done, I think I'm gonna go off and end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in my next episode. Bye bye.